Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and in today's film we're going to have a drive through Minthis Hills Golf Resort down to Paphos. So let's have the map up first of all. And we're actually starting in Polemi, and I'll show you a bit of that and the route to Kallepeia. Don't show all of it though. And then we're going to go to the entrance of Minthis Hills Resort by the motorway excavations and down through the resort to the Episkopi Paphos Road, and we'll finish off at the main Paphos motorway roundabout. Yes, I thought I'd get a bit of Polemi in as well, but the drive from Polemi to Kallepeia I featured in a couple of films recently, so I thought I'd cut that bit out. So apologies to the various fields that are in there if they are offended by me excluding them this time. But there you go. So this is some of the back streets of Polemi, and this is the main square coming up where they have their fairs and things. And on the right is the Mitoki Tavern, and if you go down there, that's where the Tulip Festival will be later in the year. It's not long till that now. I will publish more information on that closer to the date. There's the main Polemi church on the right. There's a relatively new cake shop on the left here. It's coming up in there. Ooh. And there's a coffee shop in front of us. That cake shop I mentioned is also a coffee shop. And there's a coffee shop on the right as well. Cyprus likes coffee shops basically. And we're now going through the back road out of Polemi towards Kallepeia and Latimbu. Eventually this will take you to B7 and Tasada if you stay on it. But as I said, I'm going to cut out a big chunk of it because it just feels, and I've already covered that in a previous film or two recently. But yes, this is Polemi where I live. It's a lovely village. Wouldn't want to live anywhere else. There's lots of blossom around as well, you can see. Very pretty. And on a sunny day especially, it looks absolutely superb. Bit chilly though, I have to say, at the moment. Anyway, we're about to jump. We'll miss out going past the winery and the various vineyards, and we're now coming up the hill into the village of Kallepeia. There's a little sign for it there, you just noticed. Now the motorway they're building from Paphos to Polis goes past here on the right at the moment. You can't see it. The work on that's it's a long story basically. It's not nothing's happening at the moment, but they're about a third of the way through it. Eventually it will finish because it's obvious the powers that be wanted to finish, but it's very political at the moment, so there's not a lot to say it's very helpful to you. But they are busy at the moment actually widening sections of the B7 as well, so that's good to know. You'll see some of the motorway works on the right. I've done some drone flights of part of the route, and I'll once I finish that I'll publish the whole lot, because I mean I started those flights end of last year and nothing's happened on site since then. So it won't be the only thing that will change obviously is the countryside will be greener. We're coming up the hill and there'll be a turning soon to Minthis Hills Golf Resort. It's a great place if you want to live, because there's loads of villas they built there, but also if you like golf, and even if you're not a golf fan, they've got a very nice spa there. So if you want to be pampered, I can highly recommend their spa. And the motorway will go from the left to the right. Underneath this road there'll be a tunnel. I mean, they dug the tunnel, fair play. I mean, I guess they've only dug half the tunnel really, because at one point it was going to be single lane, but now there's definitely going to be 2 lanes each side. So whether that'll mean them digging another tunnel or not, I don't know. But we've taken the junction into Minthis Hills now. And if you like our films, please do subscribe to our channel and share them far and wide, because the more people who see them, the better it is for us and for you. And leave comments, because that way we know you like them. And if you want to help us out financially, go to our Buy Me a Coffee page at buymeacoffee.com/PaphosLife and chuck us a fefew coffees. All coffees are very gratefully received. And if you want to get something back in return, go to our Etsy shop at etsy.com/shop/PaphosLife. There you can get all sorts of memorabilia from Paphos, pictures we've taken and put on mugs, phone covers, calendars, or just big pictures, basically, that sort of thing. Have a look on there, and you'll be able to get some nice mementos of Paphos. So the pictures we use, we also post onto our Facebook page, Paphos Life. We do a daily Kallepeia and Kallepeia shot, and we also post information on any article we post on YouTube, on our main article, or news stories that we see that will be of interest to you. So that's the place to keep an eye on us on, really. And also, if you want to say hello, join our Paphos Chat Facebook group or our Cyprus Chat Facebook group and say hello to us. Hello. And we're now in Minthis Hills now. This is the resort. You can see part of the green on the right. On the left, there's not a lot at the moment. If you keep going that way, you'll get to some lovely countryside though it's not really a place for a casual wander. You get some nice views of the Azusa Valley on the left soon as well. Or part of the valley that's next to the Azusa, I can't remember what it's a little subsidiary valley. Anyway, so you got villas here on the left, and there are also, that's where the spa is coming up. Just there on the left. The main clubhouse is on the right. I mean, they've been developing this since we moved here like 8 years ago, and before that, as a resort. A lot of the building work is completed now. I don't know what the final, if you like, view of the resort's going to be, and when it's going to be completely finished, but I mean, if you want a place to live and you like golf and fancy a decent view, I can think of a lot worse places than here. There are villas on the right too. I blew a gasket on the road on the right once many years ago. I'm having to get towed away from there. That was embarrassing actually, because that happened. It was the first 4x4 I'd got in Cyprus, and it wasn't a very good car. I didn't treat it very well either, I have to be honest. And I'd gone off roading, and then we'd parked on a stony beach near Polis. And somehow the four-wheel drive mechanism had broken. In fact, bits of it were actually on the stones when we tried to start the car again. And the car started okay, but the four-wheel drive wasn't working. And we'd parked with a view of being able to use four-wheel drive in order to get out of where we were, but we couldn't, so we were stuck. So we had to be towed out of that after about an hour, phoning the people on the car insurance. And anyway, a couple of weeks later, blew a gasket because I had ignored a funny noise, basically. And there was the same guy picked me up again, and I'd never been so embarrassed. It was like, but fortunately, I haven't had to avail myself of them since then. But it's nice to know that the free pickup on the insurance actually is free, etc. I remember one time we got stuck. It wasn't our fault. It was the same car, but it wasn't our fault this time. It was because the car company had put a new spare wheel on, but it had slightly different lug nuts to the rest of the cars, so I couldn't take the wheel off. I mean, I could take the wheel off, but I couldn't put the other wheel back on. So they had to come and pick us up because I'd got a puncture, and they put us in the tow truck because the guy picking us up didn't have a suitable equipment either, which is quite surprising really. And they put us in the tow truck, the car and everything on the back of the pickup, and we were still sat in the car driven down this mountain. Like, okay, is this how it's done? But it would beat having to leave any of us behind, I guess, because we couldn't have all squashed into the driver's cab. Anyway, that was Minthis Hills we just drove through. And now we're on the Episkopi to Paphos Road. This will take us again past where the motorway is going to run. And then we'll be going through the village of Armu. See, there's more blossom around. And it's very nice and green. And on the right, just where the motorway work is, there's an old ruined church, which they seem to have, I mean, at one point I thought they'd just knocked it down, because to be honest, there's not a great deal going for it in terms of things to see. But they do appear to have left it intact. Not here yet, just up here on the right. And on the left is a valley where it's the valley that the motorway is going to be running through. And they've done quite a bit of work. Seeing that there. You can also see the excavations on the right now as well. So at some point work will pick up again here, and eventually there will be a motorway from Paphos to Polis, as well as a widened B7, so we'll get the best of both worlds when it's finished. Sometime, obviously, they'll finish the Paphos Marina as well. I mentioned that because some people left comments when I said in a recent article that I had stopped myself laughing when I was typing something because they were talking about it being finished soon, and it's just gone on for so long. But if they get it built and finished before 2030, good luck to them. It's just a bit of a shaggy dog story. Anyway, we're coming into Armu now. Lots more blossom still. They've got a weird little seat in Armu. It's like a little bench where you could play a game of chess on. It's a viewpoint. I think it's designed pretty much specifically for Instagram selfies. I've seen a few of them around Cyprus. Well, two to be honest, if I'm honest. The other one is up near Paphos. But I imagine there will be more than that. And you won't see it in this film because it's on our right, and there'll be things in the way. I'll see if I can tell you which road you need to take to get there. I think it's that. Is it that one there? Yeah, I think it was that one would take you to it. But it's the one that's before the main road there. It's a good kiosk there if you need provisions. And you may have seen the film we do off-roading to the Kallepeia green point. Well, that turning for it is just there on the left. But I wasn't doing that in this instance. I was heading straight into Paphos. I did read somewhere that the land in front of Armu was bought by the village just to stop people from doing any more development on it. Whether that story is true or not, I don't know, but it's a nice story and you'd like to think it is. There's lots of blossom here, look at that. Mainly it'd be almonds. And we've got a nice gentle drive now down into Paphos. Yes, I should explain possibly how I let my car blow a gasket. I didn't learn to drive until I was in my 30s because, well, my excuse was that I lived in London for most of my 20s. I went to London for university and I basically stayed there for over a decade in London. And as I was just living and breathing London, I cycled everywhere or used the tube. There was no point me having a car. It was only when I got sort of settled and planned to start a family that I thought I need to learn to drive. So this is what I did. But it means that I'm much better at fixing a bicycle than I am a car. No, I've got better recently. I've learned that you shouldn't ignore noises. It's your car's way of talking to you. You go, help! Anyway, if I could have turned left back there, which would have been a nice shortcut to getting on the motorway. But I'm going down to the roundabout. Driving in Cyprus is fun, I think. I mean, some people say they're not sure about it, but you can see for yourself, especially when you're out of the cities, the roads are nearly empty. And the countryside's beautiful. And it's very relaxing. Put some music on, enjoy the scenery, and just go wherever the mood suits you. And you'll have fun and you'll see some nice things. Just look at our back catalogue of films for any, if you want inspiration, or check out our road trips. Every film we do has links to all our road trips, ebooks. They're all available on Amazon. One day I might do some more, I don't know. Because they do take a lot of work, has to be said, because they all have about 150 pictures in. And they're not like a great money spinner, but the tyre one, put it that way. But they're fun to do. Now, if you turn right up here, you'll get to the hospital. But we'll be finishing as we approach the main Paphos motorway roundabout. So thanks for watching. See you in the next film. And if you're coming to Paphos, I would say rent a car and go out exploring. You'll love it. Okay? Cheers.